欢迎光临会客室，我是小米。今天在我们节目现场为大家邀请到了来宾，他只会讲英文，但我觉得很 OK 哦，因为他的资讯跟我们一般在华人界所听到的这个盖建 ADU 所做的想法是不太一样的，我们可以趁机来学习一下。今天在我们节目现场为大家邀请到的是我们的 Jeff Ong， 是我们 Cabinets OC 从 Orange County 来到现场，是不是跟我们大家 say hi 一下
？Hi。You
don't speak English, I mean Mandarin at all. Wow.
No.
But that's fine, right? Because a client, when they want to talk to you, you can find some assistant to translate, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, most of the time we don't have a problem.
太好了，因为我们会认识他，其实是主要他常常来我们的 LA 这附近，在我们华人社区里面，然后把人家的办公室、把人家住家盖得非常漂亮哦，所以特别请他来到我们节目现场，来跟我们大家讲讲说关于这个 ADU 在他们不同角度的设计方法跟建盖的这个方法是哪一些哦。So Jeff, can you tell us that a lot of people in San Gabriel Valley, or I would say the whole California, we are doing the ADU right now, right? So how many kind of ADU style do you recommend for our San Gabriel Valley?
So sure. So ADU stands for an accessory dwelling unit, and there's 4 basic types of ADUs. So the first type would be an attached ADU. So that's attached to your existing home. The second type would be a detached ADU, so it's freestanding on its own on your property. The third would be an ADU conversion. So let's say you had a garage and you wanted to convert that garage into an ADU, so that's a possibility, super popular. And the fourth would be like a prefabricated or a modular ADU. So that's something that's made in a factory off-site, built, and then delivered to your property and then installed. As far as which one is more popular in San Gabriel Valley, it's hard to say because there's all different types and everybody has different tastes. So and also everybody has different requirements. So it's essential.
Depends on the needs.
Exactly. It's essential to just understand and know what you want and also know what the requirements are and how big you want to make it.
我们趁机来学习一下。他讲到说这个 ADU 有分成连在一起的啊，分开来的啊，自己独栋的啊，或者是像他刚刚讲的有这种 prefab 的，也就是说人家已经做好一个房子的样子，他就把你放进来以后直接打开的。所以你喜欢连在一起，你喜欢分开来独栋，或者是直接把车库改装，或者是直接已经把盖好的打开来，这都是按照每个人的需求可以来做选择的哦。我们再来问他一下。So how about the prefab one? You mentioned about it's already pre-made, right?
Yes.
You just go in and open and build up. So much easier. So is that more cost effective?
So prefabricated ADUs are generally more cost effective. However, they will be subject to the same permitting requirements of the city or the county that you live in. It still will require engineering and an architect to determine whether you could put that prefabricated unit on your lot. So it's not just as easy as going out to buy something and put it on, but it is easier in terms of time and construction costs. So you save construction costs and you save on the time. And you're also going to be limited to certain styles and looks. So if that's something that fits your property and you like it, then it's good to explore. Otherwise, we go the traditional way.
是的，因为这种已经建好的，你可以很快的打开以后马上用，那的确省钱省时间。但是因为人家已经做好了，可以你的这个设计啊，你的这个按照市政府的规定，它可能就没有这么有弹性，能够来做一个更改哦。So can you tell us about the prefab one? Because that one is so new, right?
Yeah.
So efficient. I know in Asia it's really popular.
Correct.
But in Los Angeles, different city got different requirements.
Correct.
Do you think that, let's say, Pasadena, Arcadia, San Marino, San Gabriel, this city, they are okay with that?
Right. So it depends if the city also has an HOA. So if the community you live in has an HOA, then there's going to be restrictions to that. Some may not say you can put a shipping container in your backyard. The prefabricated ones, there's some that are made out of shipping containers. So and it's going to look like a shipping container in your backyard. So if you're okay with that look and your HOA approves it, then that's fine as well, if that's what you like. There's also ones that are just made kind of like, it's like a tough shed where it's a box, just like a box, and they just drop it off and you just put all the plumbing in.
Is that storage or warehouse?
Right, it looks like a storage box, So they're popular because they're inexpensive. They're more affordable, but it's important to understand to know if the city will allow that as well. So the design and all that has to be submitted and approved, and then you can do it.
I see. A lot of people in San Gabriel Valley, we are new immigrants. We got land, we got house, but maybe there is a language barriers. Is that possible that for your company, you guys can do everything? Go talk to the city, ask for the design, and get a permit for us.
Absolutely. So we could actually make the whole project turnkey. We can do everything exactly what you just said. As long as we know the scope of work, and we can go in there and apply it for you. We have architects we work with, engineers that we work with, and we get all these people together. And we put the plan and we submit it for you. So we can do everything. You don't even have to go to the city. We can even find out if what's required. So
我觉得这超好的欸，因为它已经是盖好的房子，所以你一进来的时候，它就已经可以很快速的、有效率的赶快做好以后，赶快就是你要出租也好，要给家人当孝亲房也好，都很方便哦。那他刚刚讲到说，因为他们这个很熟悉，你可以听他完全不会讲中文，但是呢，他会有专门的中文专员来协助。另外是一整条龙的哦，跟这个市政府啊，跟这个建设商啊中间做沟通，所以包给他们的话，它其实是可以一整套来做服务的哦。So what about that for commercial use then? Because I know you say ADU is easy, right? So how about for those commercial plaza, for storage, warehouse? People need warehouse right now. Can you also do that?
So that would be a little different because the ADU laws are, applying mostly to residential. If you wanted to put like an accessory unit on a commercial property, then it's definitely a question that is going to have to be asked by an architect of the city, and it's going to vary on a case-by-case basis. But I do see what's popular and a lot of people do. If you have a warehouse or if you have commercial lot, they rent out shipping containers as storage. So that's something that's pretty easy and shouldn't have any problems. But if
so
you want,
it's doable. You can apply everything for the client if they need that, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Wow, sounds good.
Yeah.
回到我们的会客室，我们赶快来做学习哦。刚刚讲到说 ADU 就是你的房子后面要加盖的这个部分，我们洛杉矶太缺这个住房了。那听说加州现在有在给人家4万块钱的这个 allowance， 让你拿这个白白的钱来帮你盖后面的附加的这个房子哦。那这个 ADU 这个4万块钱，我们应该怎么申请呢？我们也请我们的 Jeff 来跟我们聊聊 about a 40,000 grant. How do we apply? What kind of people can qualify?
So the grant, there's a $40,000 grant by the U.S. government that is allowed to be used towards your pre-development costs for building an ADU. So pre-development costs are like, for example, engineering, architectural, structural, soil tests, permit fees, all that. So these costs to build just the standard ADU can range anywhere from $20,000 to $50,000, just depending on the project. So the $40,000 grant helps you to offset those costs. So you can call us. We can help you apply for this. And give you more details.
哇，太好了！因为其实你在这个盖 ADU 的时候，前面有这个建筑师的费用，申请这个 permit 就是市政府要给你批的这个费用，画图啊、估价，这一方面那个环境检查这个部分费用都很高哦。那刚好呢，州政府现在给的这4万块钱补助你，让你去盖 ADU 的这个费用会帮你出哦。那因为有4万，如果你符合条件的话，要赶快申请。如果你不知道自己有没有符合可以跟我们的 Jeff 联络，他也可以帮你做代办哦。另外呢，我们也想问一下 Jeff 啊，因为很多人的这个房子，它是以前就已经有违章建筑了，以前可能阿公阿嬷、爷爷奶奶送给你这房子的时候，后面已经有5个 unit、10个 unit， 那是违法的哦，也没有政府的法规，那该怎么办呢？我们怎么样让它合法化呢？
So the best thing you want to do is if you have an unpermitted structure on the property is to get those permitted. And the benefit of doing that is that you you can add that square footage to the tax record so it reflects in the value of your property. The first thing that you're going to want to do is hire an architect. An architect will go in there and take a look at what you've built, and we would then have to submit an application to the city. And if there's any corrections or anything like that, the city will come out and ask us to make corrections. We got to pay the fees that are associated. Sometimes there is a penalty. It just depends on the circumstance. But generally pay the fees, and then if there is corrections, make the corrections, and then just get an approval. So at that point, it would be then permitted. But apparently apply the permit.
所以大家不用害怕哦。如果你这个买到了房子，后面已经加盖非常多的违章建筑好了，那他们也用得很开心，也出租给别人。那你现在要做的，其实呢，就赶快跟市政府把它正规回来，也就是说，去申请这个人家来检查。那你加了多少房间，加了多少的这个尺寸，你就把它报出去。所以你可以让违规的东西合法化，而且有政府来检查的话，如果是防火设备，如果是排水设备不对的地方，也可以趁机把它归正起来。那将来增加你房子的价值，你在卖出去的时候也能够合法合规，安心的把这些违法的东西变成正轨，变成好的这个房子的这个财产哦。So can you talk about in San Gabriel Valley based on your experience? Because I know you're from OC, it's Orange County, so far away from Orange County to Los Angeles. A lot of people complain about the labor cost and also the material cost is much higher than pandemic, like before pandemic. Is that true? I mean, I heard it's easier right now.
Yeah, so prices have normalized a bit since the pandemic. I mean, overall, just because of the general inflation of the economy, I mean, everything's up a little bit more than it was pre-pandemic, but it's not at the levels that it was before. So I think right now, it's just getting busy because people are seeing that. And so they are starting more construction projects.
So can you tell us about the preparation? If I really want to have an ADU, what should I do right now? How do I know I am good enough, my lot is big enough?
Absolutely, that's a great question. And so the first thing that you're going to want to do is to consult. You can consult with our firm, you can consult with an architect, but you want to know, you have to know how big your lot is and how big the buildable area is. Basic questions like this could probably be answered by the city, so you could go down to your city's or county's planning department and ask the question, or have an architect available who knows the laws in the city and the county, and then he or she can direct you to, at least an estimate of how big you can build. So that's your first step.
哇，所以大家如果想要知道说你到底符不符合来盖这个后面的附加建筑 ADU 的话，快点哦，赶快去市政府，或是找一个这个专业的一个建筑师，或者是像他们的这种 general contractor， 就是专门在加盖的人，他就可以快速把你的地址查出你的地目，然后看看说你可以符合盖多少，以及你的 zoning 是多少哦。也就是说每个区的这个政府的规定都不一样，所以他们可以快速帮你查起来，查起来以后你才开始做下一步动作，要不然太浪费时间了。So for the whole procedure, I heard for the permit during the pandemic, it take forever because nobody really have enough time to do the permission, right?
Correct.
So how about right now?
So right now, it also, again, it's really dependent upon the city. What we're seeing on average is anywhere from like 2 to 3 months for the whole permitting process. So that's from the first day you submit your plans. Usually it takes about 30 days to get the first review back, and then sometimes you have to make corrections to the plan. So when you make the corrections to the plan, you also have to resubmit. So all this is just paperwork that's being passed to the government back and forth, and so nothing can be done. So you have about that 2 to 3 month period where nothing happens, and then finally when they approve it, you can start construction. When you start construction, it could be anywhere from 3 to another 6 months, just depending on how large, how complex the project is.
So since you guys are professional, if I am the house owner or I'm the land owner, I want to build construction like that, ADU-wise, we can call you for the free quotation or free consultation,
Absolutely.
right? Can you come to our house and take a look and
Absolutely.
see if this is doable?
Absolutely. So we definitely offer those services for free. Call us, we come out, we consult with you, and then we can kind of at least give you a starting point, and then that will help you make your decision on which way you want to go. There's some people that want to build like a 2-story ADU. I've had that, and the city doesn't allow it. So these are things that we all kind of look at.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's nice. Come to my house, please.
Absolutely.
Because I got a
Sammy.
small, tiny house in Temple City. The city say you can build mixed use or R3, but it's so tiny though. How do you do R3? How do you do mixed use?
Right.
So a professional like you, maybe you know how to utilize the land and do the best way for us.
Correct.
Right?
So we would then come out and we can take some measurements and some photos, and then we'll go and kind of look at the property and assess and kind of just give you some options.
Thank you so much, Jeff.
Thank you,
You are
Sammy.
so good. We really need to use professional people like you. We can avoid some mistake, right?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Call
Sammy.
Jeff. Free consultation.